from your perspective, was there any rhyme or reason behind that? Nag-declare siya kahapon.
For me, it's actually a sign that there was a hurry. Of course, I'm making this up. No, I'm taking very many creative liberties. Nako mga trolls, sana maintindihan ninyo yung term ko na creative liberties. Katang-isip ko lang buto. Sa tingin ko, ang nangyari dyan, there was a hurriedly, hastily called meeting na parang critical na, oy, ano nang gagawin natin? Yung mga allies natin, medyo talagang nadedelikado. We are facing a heavy impeachment because this is so not consistent with the Duterte playbook. The Duterte playbook is to delay.
Pakipot.
The Duterte playbook is pakipot. The Duterte playbook is there is a clamor, run, Digong, run. Diba? Please run. The country needs you. Nagmamakaawa kami. Please tumakbo ka. And the answer is, I will decide in due time. Or an outright no. No. Babariling ko kung sino ang pumilit sa akin tumakbo. And yet,
Meron
in
pa,
the
Alan.
end, tatakbo. Ano?
Meron pa. Sasabihin nila, hindi nyo magugustuhan kung manalo ako. Mga ganon.
Kung manalo ako. Yes.
Ayoko yan. Ayoko yan. Ganon.
Ayoko talaga. At ayaw ninyo ako. Dahil pag ako naging presidente, blah, blah, blah. And alam mo, you can't criticize that because if it isn't broken, don't fix it. It works time and time again. So itong ginawa ni VP Inday Sara kahapon, that is so not attuned and in line with the Duterte playbook. So something had to happen. And as most commentators said in various interviews, including myself, I think that something was the impending impeachment. Kailangan nila ng dalawang bagay. Kailangan nila ng narrative control or a narrative anchor. So what was that narrative anchor? Shinif nila yung mindset between beleaguered vice president to leading presidential candidate. That's why we're having this discussion right now, Ian. Diba? We fell for it. We fell for it because our Facts First episode now is Sara Duterte unbeatable in 2028? So na-shift nila yon by declaring yesterday. Na-shift yon from beleaguered to leading. And then secondly, they were able to hang a negative sa lahat ng kritiko nila. So ngayon, lahat ng lalabas sa impeachment, lahat ng lalabas sa mga ibabato sa kanya, iisa na lang ang sagot. Kasi nag-declare ako eh. So lahat yan, politiko yan. Binabakbak nila ako because I am unbeatable. So, you know what? Hats off, man. Good political chess.
And then sa akin naman, I agree, no? Yung kanyang narrative control, which is a term that I learned from you, no? Yung narrative control long ago. Pero the fact na kailangan niya ilabas itong barahan na ito, and I suppose ito yung malakas na barahan niya, nilabas siya this early.
That's their biggest card. That's their ace.
Okay. So I suppose they were threatened talaga by those impeachment complaints.
Absolutely 100% in my estimation. Of course, they will deny that. Of course, the trolls will hit us in the comments and say, wala kang alam, pulpol, ganun. But in my estimation, where I sit, absolutely. And if you're an astute observer of political dynamics here in the Philippines, alam mo yun. Kaya mo lang ilalabas yung big guns, kaya mo lang ilalabas yung nuclear option, di ba? Magno-nuclear option ka lang pag talagang medyo existential na yung threat sa'yo. Kailangan mo nang ipaalala sa congressman, hoy, just in case nakakalimutan ninyo, sa 2028, baka malamang magiging presidente na ako, kaya ingat-ingat kayo sa mga ilalabas ninyo. Ingat-ingat kayong bumoto sa mga senador na baka iniipit kayo dyan, baka may squeeze play. Remember, 2 years is a short amount of time. You're gonna have to deal with me. So for you to actually have to play that card, that in and of itself is a statement.
And it had to be the queen.
It had to be the queen. Yes, Queen's Gambit. Yan.
Kasi 'di ba, yung ganyan naratibo, pwede namang iba magsabi for you eh. Kasi alam naman ng mga tao yan eh. 'Di ba?
Correct.
For the longest time, yan naman iniisip at pinapalutang din ng kanyang mga taga-suporta. Hindi, gusto niya siya matanggal sa pwesto kasi takot kayo sa kanya sa 2028. But this time, the only difference was that it was the vice president herself, hindi ba?
Herself, di ba?
Mm.
Herself. That spoke volumes. Kasi she has been scarce. A lot of her time she spends out of the country in The Hague or avoiding media interviews. Pero the fact na siya mismo yung lumabas, hindi siya nagpadala ng PON, 'di ba? Or umasa sa mga SOCMED commentators. Mabigat 'yon, may implications 'yan.
Ito pala, kasi yung may mga nandun sa press conference, no? And yung isa ron, sinabihan ako eh. Yung nangyari daw behind the scenes. So originally, nandun yung seal ng vice president, maganda yung pagkakasetup. Tapos nung talaga nagsalita na yung vice president, tinanggal yung seal. Tapos it was a bare podium. What do you make of that?
Well, from a political strategy slash communications campaign strategist lens, I would think that they would do that only so that any association or linkage to the administration is removed. Kasi seals, whether president or vice president, magkakamukha yan eh. Official seals, psychologically, moment of truth, visually, pag nakita mo yan, gobyerno ang nagsasalita or admin ang nagsasalita. So talagang tinanggal niya yon because complete breakaway visually, verbally, 'di ba? Tinanggal niya yung seal at ang unang-unang ginawa niya, binakbakan niya yung BBM. Binakbakan niya, sabi niya, ano yan, sorry na tumulong akong ilagay yan sa pwesto, nakita ko yung korupsyon, blah 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 blah. So anti-establishment. By the way, that's one of my five one of those nag-Ronald Llamas eh, no. That's actually ano yan, number
3 points.
Number 2 ano yan. 3 points tapos hanggang dos lang, di ba? Pero okay, hindi mo makakalimutan. That's actually point number 2 in the playbook, no. Kasi to beat a Sara Duterte, you need the blue ocean strategy, tinatawag natin. To beat a Sara Duterte. Bakit? Kasi ang battlefield sa politika, especially for president, is always time immemorial the same. Continuity versus change. Yun lang yun. It's so binary. Continuity or change. So clearly, by taking off that vice president seal, by hitting the admin, talagang breakaway, she's already positioning herself as the change candidate. So the way to beat Vice President Inday Sara Duterte, blue ocean ka, reframe the battlefield. This is not about continuity versus change. So you gotta get somebody else who is not traditionally admin, but maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Pero yun ang ano doon. Kailangan i-reframe mo yan. Hindi pwedeng continuity versus change ang usapan. Because unfortunately, in the Philippines, change usually wins, man. At least in the past how many elections, pag inisip mo, parating talo yung ano, di ba? Parating talo yung continuity candidate.
Kasi kailangan napaka-perfect or almost perfect yung administrasyon to be able for people to buy that continuity narrative. And ito napaka-bantot ng administrasyon. And of course, matindi rin yung back laban sa ano, sa administrasyon. Okay, so pero ano yung risks for the vice president now that she has declared this early?
Well, it again, double-sided coin yan. On one hand, it conclusively reminds congressmen and senators, conclusively, viscerally, reminds them, kumbaga talaga, ang ganda ng ano, ang ganda ng Filipino word for that. Talagang pinamukha na, di ba, na hoy, pumili ka. The line has been drawn. Pumili ka, and by the way, there's a very real risk that if you choose against me sa 2028, wala ka na, your political future is dead. So that's one side of the coin. The other side of the coin, pinamukha na sa admin na, hoy, kumilos na kayo. If you're going to make moves, if you're going to flex the power of the administration and all its tools, the formidable resources that the administration has, both politically, in terms of machinery building, in terms of alliance building, and let's face it, in terms of pera, dapat ngayon yun na gawin. So, double-sided coin yan. Talking about the risks. Now, the risk is, that's the risk. It also reminds their opponents and critics to get their act together, to maybe consolidate, and once and for all, use the power that is at their disposal. Pwede ko bang sabihin yung word na half-assed? Yan, sinabi ko na. Don't be half-assed about it. Now is not the time for half-assery anymore. Nag-declare na
yung risk na, kumbaga, she's opening herself to all these attacks. Kasi yun ang yun ang conventional wisdom dyan eh. If you declare
Correct.
early, you're basically putting a target on your forehead.
A target on your forehead. And by the way, even she herself said it. I mean, in previous pronouncements, ilang beses na inulit-ulit. I will make that decision in December of, di ba? Of 2027. Yun. So, why would you... 2026.
Tama ba? 2026 kasi ang filing ng certificates of candidacy, October 2027.
October, yes. So sabi niya, I will make that decision in December 2026. So why would you counter that that whole seasoning, that whole di ba, slow burn na niluluto mo to build anticipation? Your supporters are salivating, di ba? Oh my gosh, December 2026, eto na. You'd think that there would be a sea of green, fireworks, di ba? Mga matatanda, bata, umiiyak, nanay, tatay, di ba? Nag-iiyakan. Pero hindi, ito, no fanfare. It was a read speech, a prepared speech. So there had to be a stimulus to have changed the plan so radically.
Paano dapat i-counter yun? Kasi ako, personally, nung pinapakinggan ko yung speech niya, sabi ko, sandamukal yung kaipokritohan din sa kanyang speech eh. Kahit napakaikli. Kunwari, sinasabi niya, yung ginagamit daw, sinisira o inaabuso yung mga institusyon para sa kapakinabangan ng ilang mga politiko. Sabi ko, aren't you talking about your father's presidency? Kasi kung pag-uusapan natin dito yung pag-apuso at pagyurak at pagpapahina sa mga institusyon, I think your father's regime was the worst, at least in the post-EDSA era, in terms of destroying institutions. Pero yung ganyan kasi nga, parang masyadong malalim pag pinag-isipan natin, especially if you're talking to your rabid fan base, diba? They don't care
the rabid fan base, yes.
Pero nga, how do you counter that? Kunwari ito, not necessarily to help this administration, pero nahihinaan ako eh. Hindi ko naman sinasabi na bobobohan ako dun sa kanilang counter narrative, di ba? Pero paulit-ulit na sinasabi ng Vice Presidente, di ba? I apologize for supporting the president, for campaigning for him. Pwede ba? Huwag na tayo magplastikan. Ginawa niyan out of convenience. Pwede bang nagising ka isang araw, ay, incompetent pala siya. Ay, corrupt pala siya. Tapos babalik din sa yan eh. Ikaw ba? Ano ba issue laban sa'yo? Hindi ba corruption din? At saka incompetence. I mean, the problem is with the message, with more to do with the messenger than the message.